Hey guys, welcome back to Human Condition. This video is a kind of different one. I just heard of a really cool concept that I wanted to share with you guys, and it's called the Four Temperaments. And honestly, this probably could have been a philosophy video, to be honest, because it's sort of philosophical, I guess, but not quite. It's kind of like its own thing. And basically, the title of this video are what is the four temperaments, and what is your temperament? Oh, also in this video, I might be doing captioning because I figured it'd make the video more engaging. So let me know down below if you guys like the captions or not. If it's not here, that's kind of awkward because it means I just didn't put them. But so they might or might not be here. But if they are here, let me know if you guys like the captions on this video, the closed captionings. But anyway, that being said, what are the four temperaments and is your temperament? And basically, this theory is, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. It is an ancient Greek medicine theory that they used back in the day that theorized that there are four temperaments to every person: sanguine, choleric, melancholic, and phlegmatic. And basically, when I first heard this theory, I was like, wow, that's crazy. It's so accurate. Because it was like, it said everything was like, that described me almost to a T. And it probably would describe you to a T as well. So, for me personally, it was phlegmatic. And it said likes food, likes to be left alone, quiet and calm, peaceful, peacemaker. And I was like, wow, that's just like me. That's crazy. So I thought it was a really interesting thing to share. And it's basically two sides. Two of them are introverted, and that would be phlegmatic and melancholic, if I'm saying that right. And then the right side would be extroverted, and that's choleric and sanguine. The most common extroverted type is sanguine. So if you're an extrovert and you're really friendly and sociable and love to party and loves discussions, sanguine would be the best representation of you, because it is sanguine means loves meeting new people, loves joining new discussions, very friendly, outgoing, and just likes to meet new people. So that would be sanguine. Caloric is the very fiery, passionate, and sometimes impatient people. So if you're a very fiery, passionate, ready to roll type of person, you'd probably be caloric. And that would be an example of that. Melancholic, this one was tough because it's some of these can kind of blend together. For example, when I was doing mine, I noticed I also have some melancholic traits as well. I was like, oh, how do I decide? But actually, your traits can be. It said that you can be two of yours can kind of blend together. For example, you might be sanguine and melancholic. Sanguine mainly, but a little bit melancholic, or sanguine, but underneath that, choleric. So two of the four can kind of combine together into one. So melancholic would be deep thinkers, loyal and compassionate. It said take things personally. So it said somewhat negative, and that was part of me was like, I agree with everything except the negative part. I'm a little more optimistic, I'd say, for the most part. So that was the part. I'm sometimes negative, but most of the time I'm pretty optimistic, I'd say. And so I agreed with that part. So if you're a deep thinker, uh, loyal, and if you're like a little bit negative, you might be even more melancholic. So if you're a deep thinker, loyal, melancholic, that'd probably be the best temperament for you, probably. And the last one is phlegmatic, and the person I probably feel like could best represent this is probably like someone like Shaggy. Because when I first read this, I was like, wow, this is calling me out. And basically, it says appears lazy, calm and quiet, peaceful, and likes to just be peaceful, likes to be left alone, likes food and swimming. What else? Likes food and swimming. Just like calm, peacemaker. I was like, wow, that's me to a T, like 100%. So if you agree with those, you probably are the phlegmatic type, number one. So I basically had all phlegmatic and everything melancholic except a little less negative sometimes. So for me personally, I'd probably be phlegmatic and melancholic. So for you, if you're watching this video, you might be like sanguine and choleric. Like for example, you're not quite as passionate, but you might enjoy uh, hanging out with people more than being a leader or like being passionate and impatient. Whereas if you're really passionate and sometimes impatient, which is okay to be impatient if you're passionate about something, I guess, you might be choleric and sanguine. So they kind of each have like their own things to it, you know. So you can be phlegmatic and melancholic. You can be sanguine and choleric. You can be sanguine and phlegmatic. You can be phlegmatic and sanguine. So yeah, you can kind of be a combination of at least up to two of them, which depending on how extrovert and how introverted you are. And it obviously can change over time because personalities and people change over time. So yeah, I don't know how they use it for Greek medicine. I'm kind of curious about that. So I'll probably do a little more research because I don't know how. Maybe they did prescribe medicine based on what personality type they thought you were. I'm gonna have to, maybe it's not medicine based, but I think it is. So maybe they prescribe medicine based on what kind of personality type you are, which is kind of interesting. So I guess I could have saved this for a philosophy video, but I thought it was kind of cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. So yeah. So I hope you found it pretty interesting. I hope you thought deeply about, wow, that probably fits me to a T, or not quite as much. But in conclusion, phlegmatic, people that like to be left alone, loves food and swimming, peaceful, calm and chill, and probably the best. I forgot I said appears lazy, but I also meant it also difficult to motivate. These people might be very difficult to motivate, and I feel like I'm very difficult to motivate. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah. So, melancholic, you might be loyal, reserved, and loyal, highly sensitive, in a good way. Deep, poetic, and thoughtful. Deep and analytical. An overall pretty thoughtful person. But you might experience mood swings. These people are more likely to experience anxiety, mood swings, and depression. So if you're an anxious person, I know I'm kind of anxious sometimes. That's probably why it's my number two. So if you might be more melancholic. But if you're like a deep thinker, you'll also be melancholic. Choleric, you'd be fiery, passionate, sometimes impatient, but probably like nice impatient, I guess. You know, fiery, impatient, natural leaders, and can get like temperamental sometimes, but for probably valid reasons, I guess. And then sanguine, you love people, you love new discussions. You might like love being out, going and meeting new people. So yeah, these are the four temperaments. These are the four temperaments. Hope you related to these. Thought one was really interesting, really cool. I thought it definitely was an interesting topic to share with you guys. And I just want to say thanks again for all the recent support of my videos. I really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, thanks again, as always. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.